Okay, I'm backing up a little bit because I forgot something earlier. So after they do part 1 and they have discovered the patterns and you're going to now explain how all this nitrogen isotope and carbon isotope thing happens, you should actually cover the nitrogen and carbon cycles. So when you're talking about photosynthesis and how does photosynthesis happen and why does that affect the carbon that's in these, you should actually do the carbon cycle. And so the way that I would like you to do this is I would like you to have the class help you build it on the board. So what I usually do when I do it in class is I pick up a group of markers and I say, okay, we're going to draw how carbon cycles from the environment into living things and back out. And I just go around and I randomly hand markers to people in the class and I say, go draw part of the cycle. And so they together make a conglomerate picture, all right? And so you might have somebody who comes up and draws a plant. Let's draw it green. So this is the carbon cycle. So they draw a plant and you say, okay, what does the plant have to do with? So you're going to draw the plant and they're saying, oh, the plant's taking CO2 in through photosynthesis, all right? So yeah, and then you might have, that's photosynthesis, and then someone might come up and draw a cow. I don't draw. So here's our cow with spots. Okay, and the cow is going to eat it. So the carbon is going, this is consumption. Okay, and then someone else might come up and add to it that the cow poops out waste products, and the waste products are eaten by little bacteria in the soil. Okay, and so they are actually consuming and then decomposing. A lot of people like to draw the cow dead, which is fine too, and then decomposing, and the decomposers are doing cellular respiration and they're breathing the CO2 back out into the air, which then can then be fixed. Okay, so this is cellular respiration. You could also have the cow doing cellular respiration and exhaling CO2. Okay, so there's a lot of ways, and so I would encourage students to come up and draw, and then after everyone you handed a marker to draw something on the board, you might ask, does anybody else want to add to it another way that carbon could fluctuate, and have them come up and draw it. So you want to make sure though you get at least cellular respiration on the board, photosynthesis on the board, decomposition on the board. You can also burn the fossil fuels, so you can have the cow die and end up down here as a cow fossil. This is our cow fossil. And then you can have that go into a smokestack and be burned, combustion, and have it come out that way. So there's a lot of ways they can do it. You want to just get these processes on the board. And you can do the same thing with the nitrogen cycle. And there's a really good key in your guide for the nitrogen cycle. But you want to make sure you illustrate in there that how animals eat the nitrogen and the nitrogen goes up the food chain. Okay, so make sure you get that in there when you're talking about the carbon and the nitrogen. They are responsible for the carbon and nitrogen cycles, and so you want to make sure you cover those. All right? Okay, and I'm going to pause this and go then to part 3.